Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we'll be delving into the fascinating world of ancient and historical recipes. Top 10 Ancient and Historical Recipes. Number 10. Roman garum, an ancient Roman condiment made from fermented fish, salt, and herbs. Garum was a staple in Roman cooking, used as a flavor enhancer in various dishes. Roman garum was indeed a fundamental condiment in ancient Roman cuisine, widely used to enhance the flavor of various dishes. It was made through the fermentation of fish, particularly small fish like anchovies, mixed with salt and sometimes herbs. The process of making garum was quite intricate and could be somewhat odorous, but the end product was highly valued in Roman society for its unique umami flavor. Ingredients. Fish. Small fish like anchovies were commonly used. They were often used whole, including the intestines, which contain enzymes essential for the fermentation process. Salt. A large quantity of salt was used to aid in fermentation and preservation. Herbs, optional. Some recipes included aromatic herbs and spices for additional flavors. Number 9. Medieval pottage. A simple, hearty stew popular in medieval Europe, made with a mix of vegetables, grains, and occasionally meat. Pottage was a staple for many during this era. Medieval pottage was indeed a common and essential dish in medieval Europe. It was a simple, hearty stew that served as a staple for people of all social classes. The ingredients and preparation methods could vary based on what was available regionally and seasonally. Here's a basic recipe for medieval pottage. Ingredients. Vegetables. Common vegetables used included onions, leeks, carrots, turnips, cabbage, peas, beans, and garlic. Grains. Barley, oats, and sometimes wheat were typical grains used in pottage. Meat. Optional. Some versions of pottage included meat, such as pork, chicken, or game. It was often used sparingly or as a flavoring agent rather than the main ingredient. Number 8. Ancient Egyptian bread. The ancient Egyptians were skilled bakers, and their bread recipes using emmer wheat and barley have been passed down through generations. Bread held a significant and symbolic role in ancient Egyptian culture, and the art of baking was highly developed. Here are some key points about ancient Egyptian bread. Staple food. Bread was a staple food in ancient Egypt, forming a major part of the Egyptian diet. It was a primary source of sustenance for both the rich and the poor. Ingredients. Emmer wheat and barley were the primary grains used in ancient Egyptian bread. Emmer wheat, in particular, was commonly cultivated along the Nile River. The grains were ground into flour, and the type of flour used could vary based on the social status of the individual. Bread varieties. There were different types of bread in ancient Egypt, ranging from simple, unleavened flatbreads to more elaborate leavened loaves. The use of leavening agents, such as naturally fermented dough, contributed to the variety of bread produced. Number 7. Byzantine honey and nut desserts. In the Byzantine Empire, desserts featuring honey, nuts, and dried fruits were popular. These sweet treats provided a glimpse into the indulgent side of Byzantine cuisine. Byzantine Empire, desserts that incorporated honey, nuts, and dried fruits were highly popular, showcasing the rich and indulgent side of Byzantine cuisine. Here are some key aspects of Byzantine honey and nut desserts. Honey as a sweetener. Honey was a common sweetener in Byzantine desserts, providing a natural and flavorful alternative to refined sugars. The Byzantines were skilled beekeepers, and honey was widely available. Nuts and dried fruits. Nuts, such as almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, played a prominent role in Byzantine desserts. They added both texture and a rich, nutty flavor. Dried fruits, including figs, dates, and raisins, were also commonly used, imparting sweetness and chewiness to the desserts. Variety of confections. Byzantine desserts were diverse, ranging from simple honey and nut mixtures to more complex pastries and cakes. Some desserts were baked, while others were no-bake confections. Number 6. Chinese Peking duck. Dating back to the Yuan dynasty, Peking duck is a Chinese culinary treasure. The dish involves roasting a seasoned duck until the skin is crispy, then serving it with thin pancakes and hoisin sauce. The history of Peking duck can be traced back to ancient China, and it is indeed considered a culinary treasure with deep cultural roots. However, the specific association with the Yuan dynasty might not be accurate. The dish as we know it today has evolved over the centuries, with its current form closely tied to the imperial kitchens of the Ming and Qing dynasties. Here are some key points about Peking duck. Origins. The roots of Peking duck can be traced back over 600 years to the Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644, in China. It was initially associated with the imperial court and was considered a gourmet delicacy. Evolution. While the dish's origins are in the Ming dynasty, it underwent further refinement and popularization during the Qing dynasty, 1644 to 1912. During this time, it became more widely available to the public. Number 5. Ancient Greek moussaka. The ancient Greeks had a version of moussaka featuring layers of eggplant, minced meat, and a flavorful sauce. This dish has evolved over time into the well-known Greek casserole. The evolution of moussaka is indeed fascinating, and it has undergone changes over the centuries. However, the association of moussaka with ancient Greece may not be entirely accurate. The dish, as we know it today, has its roots in the Middle East and the Levant. The version you mentioned with layers of eggplant, minced meat, and a flavorful sauce is more closely tied to the Ottoman Empire's influence on the region. Here's a brief overview. Middle Eastern origins. Moussaka is believed to have originated in the Middle East, and its early versions featured layered vegetables and minced meat. These dishes, which share similarities with modern moussaka, were present in regions under Ottoman rule. Ottoman influence. The Ottoman Empire had a significant impact on the culinary traditions of the Eastern Mediterranean, including Greece. The Ottoman influence introduced ingredients like eggplant and a cooking method known as layering, which is characteristic of moussaka. Number 4. Medieval European gingerbread. Medieval gingerbread was a spiced honey cake often shaped into intricate designs. It was a popular treat during festive occasions. Medieval gingerbread holds an interesting place in the culinary history of Europe, and its characteristics during the medieval period were quite distinct from the modern gingerbread cookies or houses commonly associated with Christmas today. Here's an overview of medieval gingerbread. Primary ingredients. Medieval gingerbread was typically made from honey, breadcrumbs or ground almonds, and a variety of spices, including ginger. Unlike modern gingerbread, which is often made with molasses or sugar, honey was the primary sweetener due to its widespread availability. Spices. The use of spices like ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves was common. These spices were not only valued for their flavor but also for their perceived medicinal properties. Ginger, in particular, was believed to aid digestion. Number 3. Aztec chocolate drink. The Aztecs created a frothy and spiced chocolate beverage, chocolatl, made from cacao beans, chili peppers, and other ingredients. This drink laid the foundation for modern chocolate. The Aztec chocolate drink, known as chocolatl, played a significant role in the culture and cuisine of the Aztec Empire and indeed laid the foundation for modern chocolate. Here's a deeper look into this fascinating beverage. Cacao beans as currency and ingredient. The cacao bean was highly valued in Aztec society, to the extent that it was used as a form of currency. For the preparation of chocolatl, these beans were the primary ingredient. They were roasted, ground into a paste, and then mixed with water. Spiced and unsweetened. Unlike the sweet chocolate drinks popular today, chocolatl was a savory, spiced beverage without any added sugar. The Aztecs did not have access to sugar, and their version of the chocolate drink was an acquired taste, often described as bitter. Chili peppers and other spices. The addition of chili peppers gave chocolatl a distinctive kick. Other spices, such as vanilla and achiote, could also be included. These ingredients added layers of flavor and complexity to the drink. Number 2. Mesopotamian beer. Beer recipes from ancient Mesopotamia are some of the earliest recorded in history. The Sumerians, in particular, brewed a variety of beers using barley and emmer wheat. Ancient Mesopotamian beer holds a unique place in the history of brewing and indeed represents some of the earliest recorded beer recipes. The Sumerians, who were among the pioneering brewers, played a crucial role in the development of beer.